Hey guys, it's DC and welcome to the Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome, guys. If you are able to hear me, please let me know in the chat just so I can make sure the audio and everything is going well. Sorry for doing the intro twice, but I just had to quickly answer a text. So that's why you got a little two-time double play, guys. But guys, thanks for coming in tonight, guys. I'm so excited because I haven't done a live stream in the longest time. So my question for tonight is, which show did it best? Was it Y&R or GH? Because I think the fact knowing that we have two shows that had anniversaries at the same time, we're going to have to compare and contrast here. I think we're going to have to at this point, right? In my honest opinion, none of them did it well. But if I had to pick one, it would be GH. Y&R's anniversary week was, I wouldn't say problematic, but very lackluster for a lot of reasons. We have here Mwamba. Is that it? Mwamba? I say it right. Wamba85DT says, I say the best anniversary tribute this week goes to General Hospital. The tribute to the late Sonia Eddy was beautiful. Yes. But was that part of the 60th, though? That was my question. Was that part of it, in a sense? Was that part of the 60th? Because that was a good episode, Epiphany. That was definitely a good episode. I will give them that. Meek Cobb says, hey, DC and everyone. Hey, Meek, what's going on? What's going on, Meek? All right, we got Simon Stewart, 2003. Hey, DC and everyone. Hey, Simon. I don't think I ever see you before in the chat, Simon, but welcome to the sanctuary. All right. Meek says you can hear me fine, which is good. I'm glad everybody can hear me. Simon says, I feel that Y&R had a better tribute, even though it could be better. And Kaiwan says, I'm here. You know, this is my thing. Looking at these two shows, GH was better. Now, the Sonia Eddy tribute gave it really the bonus for me. But just looking at its 60th anniversary episode, which I guess you could say was Friday, since technically April 1st is a Saturday, very lackluster for GH, with the exception of the Sonia Eddy tribute. That was good. My issue with Y&R and their 50th anniversary tribute was that they brought in all these old faces and it was supposed to be exciting. And I heard everybody was excited. I even remember JLJ Media was like, oh my God, Leanna Love, I'm loving these people. The thing about it is that for me, I've been watching Y&R since 2006. I don't know who these people are. I don't know who they are at all. Leanna Love, I knew who Mamie was. And I knew a little bit about Gina Ramalotti, but Leanna Love, I did not know who she was. I don't feel like they gave it a backstory who she was. If they gave a flashback or backstory, I didn't see it personally. And I feel like whenever I watch Y&R and B&B, I'm actually really sitting down watching them. Whereas GH and Days, I'm more so doing stuff because I feel like with Y&R and B&B, I really have to focus. But I don't know who Leanna Love is. And I wasn't excited about her return. And I feel like for the 50th anniversary, this was very lackluster. The biggest highlight was Phyllis going to the hospital. And there wasn't a big storyline that really involved these characters besides them just sitting around the table drinking champagne and talking. So I didn't really get much from them being on there, unfortunately. Now, if Carlovati was writing this, I think this would have gone a lot more better because I feel like he knows how to write when it comes to history. What he would have done is we would have gotten mentions of these characters maybe a couple of days before they came on, the day before they came on, or more moments before we would have their scene, right? There would be a setup and there would be a buildup. And I don't feel that we got that. I don't feel that we got that at all. All right, so let me get to the comments, guys. Kaiwan says, I was going to listen to some socialism, but okay. Lisa says, I like Y&R's new opening. Lisa, I agree with you. I think their new opening was actually pretty good. I'm just wondering if they'll keep it past the 50th anniversary. That was actually a pretty good opening. It was a pretty good opening. Kaiwan says, I know a lot of the younger wrestlers is not on YouTube, like General Hospital, so I don't think it. All right. Okay, so don't watch it. Are you trying to say you don't watch it? Meek says, did you see the Y&R special that aired on the 27th? What was that special exactly? What was that? What was that special? Because I didn't see it. Because my whole thing is that when I look at it, in terms of Y&R, I feel like in the sense that the setup for the 60th was strong with the bicentennial for Genoa City, but the problem was delivery ultimately in the end was not that great, in my opinion. You know, I felt like Mamie could have had more scenes with Devon and Neil and Nate, considering those are her nieces and nephews, but she went to her employer's house. And I get it, though, because Mamie has the most history with Jack. We've never really seen her in the scenes with adult Lily, adult Devon, or adult Nate. But I feel like that was an opportunity to establish that, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I wish they could have established that, but they chose not to, and it's okay. It's okay. The winner says Hamilton's, Hastings. What are the last names they have in there? Barbers. Like I said, this is the biggest issue with the black family of Y&R. One thing, everybody got a different last name. It's not organized enough for me. It's not organized. There's not one cohesive identity. There's not one cohesive identity with the black family of Y&R, okay? There's not one cohesive identity. All right, Simon Stewart says, I think, let me get some comments, guys. Simon Stewart says, I feel the GH's 50th anniversary was way better than the 60th to me. Yes, I agree. I totally agree with you. I don't know what this was. And, you know, I still can't go with the fact that Lucy Coe would be jeopardizing her safety from international terrorists to go play a nurse's ball. I don't think they would even do this on Passions. I've said that time and time again. I don't think they would. All right. Kawan said she was working with Jack when she was like his lawyer, like his husband. Kalanick Lee's the reason why. Nikisha says they had a lot of nerve to name her Mamie. Yeah, that was. I mean, you know, Nikisha. The thing is, I'm gonna give a little bit of slack because of the times. I don't think they would try that now, but it is so weird when I hear that name Mamie. It's just, yeah. And she was the maid. But I have an issue. Like the first place you stop in General City is your employer's house, your ex-employer's house, not your family, but your ex-employer's house. And Lily, Devon, and Nate had no idea that she was even down. I don't even know what to even say to that. I don't even say to that. And this Leanna Love character who's looking for the scoop, they need to give us a flashback of some sorts on multiple occasions. I feel like when you have all these characters here in its anniversary, get the flashbacks going in. Because this is something I don't really understand about soaps is that you have 50, 40, 60 years of material on you, and we get a flashback once a year. Let's make that make sense. And we know you guys got those in your arsenal. And if not, you can always go to YouTube and get some clips, you know? Like you got those in your arsenal. So why are you not utilizing that? That's why I feel like soaps don't always have to sit there and create 10,000 characters when you already have decades of history that you can work with. And I feel like Days has kind of figured out that formula and they've understood how to work with that in a sense. All right, let me get back to his comments here. Let me see here. All right, Kaiwan says, okay, yeah, I think when you first came out when the mother of the van came. All right, Lakeisha says, I thought she was there for the gala. Did she even attend the gala? Mamie did attend the gala. She did come. But the first place she stopped at was Jack's house, and that's where she ended up staying. She stayed at Jack's house while she was in town for the gala. Not Nate's house, not Devon's, not Lily's. So you were able to give your condolences when Dina died. But what about when Drusilla fell off that cliff? I didn't hear her talk about none of that with Lily and Devon and Nate. I didn't hear her talk about none of that in terms of when Drusilla was gone, when Nate was gone. I did not hear none of that from Amy. But you were able to send a postcard when Dina died, right? That was your priority, right? Was your employer? Your ex-employer was a priority, right? So that makes a lot of sense. Sorry, guys. My camera got a little blurred here. But I'm like, this is your priority, is the Abbotts. It's not the Winterses / Barber / Hastings clan. It's the Abbotts. Okay. All right. Meek says the special is based about the creation of Y&R, the Bell family, all the iconic characters and tributes. But I don't see if them learn the lines. I think I got to watch that. But see, the thing is, Meek, is that, okay, this aired on the 27th, right? Where was I? 27th of February, right? Because I don't think I was even there, but it must have been 27th of February. It had to have been 27th of February. But see, there should have been multiple occasions of this on the show. Okay, you know what, Meek? I got to check that out. Maybe I'm ragging too hard on Y&R. Maybe I have to go check that out at this point. All right, Simon says, I love Phyllis, but Michelle Stafford turns Phyllis has been a flop to me. Phyllis has not evolved as a character, and Kyle wants to think that's on continuity. So Simon, let me say this. I want to ask you, did you like Gina Tognoni as Phyllis? Did you? Because I don't know, Phyllis having this hard on for Diane, it's just, you know, it's just weird to me. It's very weird. I'm not interested anymore now, her obsession with Diane. I feel like Ashley and Nikki have just let it go. Now they realize, okay, like, let's just let this go. Like, this is not going to take us anywhere. So even when Phyllis came in screaming, like, Nikki kind of looked at Phyllis like, yeah, I'm not in this. Like, this don't have nothing to do with me. I don't want nothing to do with this no more. Like, I've had my fun with this thing with Diane. I'm good now. You know what I mean? And so to me, like I said, and even Gina, I think Gina Ramalotti owned the athletic club at one point in time. They brought the athletic club back. I was wondering, where did that set go for the past some years? Because we haven't seen the athletic club in a minute. It's been the Grand Phoenix. It's been Society. I thought that they actually got rid of the set, but I'm starting to realize on soaps what they actually do is they don't use a set for a long time, and then they'll use it for something like a storyline where the character is going to uncharted country or something, and we don't recognize. Most of viewers may not recognize that set because now they've redone it, they've switched it up. It's kind of like when Franco, the original Franco, played by Franco, James Franco, on his Mad World storyline, GH, he went to this deserted mansion. They went to the deserted mansion in Brooklyn that was his house, but it was actually also Carly's house as well. But they didn't use the set of Carly's house for a couple of months to kind of throw us off that scent. If that makes, like, okay, for Elizabeth, even on GH, when she went to go visit her parents' house, that was also Portia's old house. I noticed those things when I watch soaps. I keep up with those things. All right, Lisa says, well, didn't Y&R fire some of the writers? Maybe some of that can contribute to the storyline. They well, okay, you know what, Lisa? That's actually a good point. That's probably why the writing was so choppy for the 50th. That was really piss poor. But like I said before, and I said in all my reviews, I feel like it's because Y&R is number one. And like I said, when you're already at the top, what is the incentive for you to do better? What is the incentive for you to want to do better? It's almost like if you're in a relationship with someone and you've got it like that. I'm not saying for myself, but this is what I've noticed through history. Most times if people are in a relationship with someone, they know they've got it like that, they don't do as much. They don't. And it's not to have to say you have to put the person's feet to the fire every 2 seconds, but when the person knows that they got to act right or they could lose you, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean they had to have done anything prior, right, for you to feel that way. But if they can just feel that notion alone, they will get their act together. And I feel like that's the state that Y&R is in right now, is that they feel like they've got it like that, right? So they don't have to really impress us. That's why we're not getting to Raya. You will never get to Raya. As long as they're number one, you are not going to get it. They need to be knocked off their pedestal to do this. If you notice that As World Turns, as great as a soap it was, when it started getting knocked down from number one, when they lost number one spot, and I started watching it, I noticed the storylines got a little more racier. They had to try new things because now your spot is not guaranteed anymore. You better bring it. You got to bring it. The soaps that are never on top, those are the ones that always bring it. All right, Nikisha says, the last time I remember seeing the club was when Stitch's son made Abby fall down the stairs. Man, how long ago was Stitch on? Was that like 20? Well, Stitch did recently come back on the Mariah thing when he kidnapped Mariah, which was so stupid. But when Stitch was original, I think it was like 2016, 2015, I think it was. Okay, Kawan says, you got it right. You got away. Meek says, it aired March 27th on a Monday evening at 8 p.m. I recorded to my DVR. Oh, so it was on CBS. See, I didn't see that. I was like, was this on? Because I have the CBS app on my TV. I have a smart TV. And I think they have the anniversary special clips, which I never watched. So maybe it's underneath that. But I look at what they had for the episodes, though. All right, Colin says, as long as Young the Rest is number one, it'll stay that way. You're right, DC. Yes. Because like I said, they're on top. They have no reason to want to do better, right? Days had to do better. They had to do better. They had no choice. Days is like that child in school that was about to get held back unless they did something. About to get held back a grade unless they did something quick. That was Days. So they've had to bring it. They've had to. And I miss those days but even when Y&R had competition, everyone's still keeping number one because it was just at that point, no new soap viewers were coming. And I don't even know, to this day and age, do we have new people who watch soaps, like new soap viewers? Because I don't think we do. Do we have that? I feel like my time in 06, 07 was the last time we had the last wave of new soap viewers coming in. It was like the last Mohicans. All right, so Kaiwan says, like a libertarian, say after companies, the government sets some incentive not to grow, companies will grow, and then only ones companies like mean the CDC sub-century. All right, Kaiwan also says, as long as, okay, read that one. All right, Kaiwan says, I think this is so number one because of a John Santo to never get the Starbucks earlier on Malta, and the other show how. All right, got it. Don't really know what that means, but okay. Josh says, hi, DC Soap Sanctuary. Hey, Josh, what's going on? What's going on, Josh? All right. Come on, something Young Restless is like that show with HBO Max, The Father. And okay, what show is that on HBO? It's talking about Power. Is that Power? No, Power's Stars, right? Or Showtime? Power, I think it is. All right, Lisa says, Y&R has a reason to renew contract on CBS. There's barely anything to watch on TV, so I hope they do better. That's the thing too. I feel like Y&R has been grandfathered in. They've gotten just so comfortable. I would love to see what this show would look like if Carlavati was writing for Y&R. I would just love to see what the show could have been. Because the thing is with Y&R is that one show where I don't feel connected to the history of the characters. Like I don't feel, how do I put this? Like every show has a rich history, but Y&R's history doesn't seem cohesive to me. It just seemed like random characters just came in and out through Genoa City. And As Will Turns felt that way for me too, until I obviously started watching earlier years. But Y&R's felt that way for me. And I've been watching since 06. I've never felt connected to the history. B&B I have, Guiding Light, all the other soaps, but Y&R I've never felt that. I'm not saying it's not a good show, but their history in terms of how they connected with characters that far back, never felt connected to it at all. And I think the biggest thing with Y&R's with some of the storylines is that everyone is thinking rich. You know, soap started off as the small town and everyday people, and that's when we started seeing some of these storylines on soaps that evolved from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It had this shock value, it had that factor, but everybody in Y&R is rich. Everybody in Y&R can start a conglomerate business by tomorrow. I don't know people like that. Well, I know maybe one, but I don't know everybody like that. That's not realistic to me. It's not saying everybody needs to be in a struggle, but we need to see how people building. You know, when Devon came on Y&R, he was the foster child to Neil and Drusilla, right? Now he came in and now he's a billionaire. Okay, we saw a little bit of a growth with that, but all the other characters, I don't see that. You know, when Neil was teaching Drusilla how to read, which I feel differently about that nowadays for some reasons, right? A lot of reasons, right? But we saw the haves and the have-nots, but everybody's a have on Y&R. Everybody is. You know, I remember the time when Daniel and Lily were married and they were going broke. And they were struggling with their communication at the time. We got to see them struggle. I remember when they were at the coffee shop and Daniel bought some coffee, and I think it was Jana who came to his table and was like, "I'm sorry, sir, your call declined." And then him and Lily looked at each other like, "Oh snap, what are we gonna do?" You know, because Daniel had, I think, a porn addiction at that time, and that was fueling it. And he was friends with Amber Moore, who also, she didn't help the situation either. She didn't help the situation at all either. All right, Lisa says the soap that needs work is B&B. You know, honestly, Lisa, B&B tries. They try. That's the thing I want to give B&B. They try. They actually try. The stuff with Sheila this week was a little bit crazy, and the fact that I think she still escaped police custody was still wild to me. But they try. I'll give them that. It has a lot of that classic soap on BB. B&B tries. So I got to give B&B their flowers on that. All right. Meek says, it seems like Amanda feels betrayed by Devon after fully supporting him, fathering Dom, and then him playing down that he and Abby on the couch, something that just happened. Yeah, that was hurtful. That was hurtful. There's a lot sometimes when you're in a relationship, I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? People can be friends with the exes and all that, but you gotta be mindful how them relationships look, how too much close for comfort it is. You know what I'm saying? And ever since Abby and Devon have been together, I don't think Chances had the chance or the opportunity to be in Dom's life at that point. He's been iced out. And I feel Amanda's pain. I hope they can bring back Amanda full time because Michelle Morgan's a good actress. To me, I didn't even see Amanda in that. I saw Hillary. That's what I really want to say. I saw Hillary in that. That's what I saw. I saw Hillary in that. But, and this is another thing too. I want to just kind of shift gears for a second and go right back to GH. We didn't get any old faces in GH. Okay, we got Milo. GH's 60th anniversary was so disappointing. You got 60 years and this is what you did with it? I almost feel like after that, after what I saw on Friday, I don't feel like, I'm not gonna say I don't want to even say that's me. I feel like you don't even deserve another year. And that's what you gave us on your 60th anniversary. You can pull that crap on your 59th, on your 57th, on your 56th year. But on your 60th anniversary, that's what you gave us? Technically, anniversary was on Saturday, but still, Friday's episode was supposed to be that, and that's what you gave us? All right, G. Joseph 247 says, but the 6th anniversary week didn't start yet. All right. You're right, because they're probably going to do it next week, and I'm keeping that in mind. G. Joseph. I'm keeping that in mind. But I'm going to have to see how that goes. We haven't seen Nurse's Ball yet. You guys are right. But we're going to have to see how that goes. All right, G. Joseph 247 says, oh, Angel Blue. Hey, Angel Blue, I just read your comment so quick. But yeah, welcome. Come on in. All right. G. Joseph 247 says, did you enjoy the Epiphany episode? Yes, I did. And then the best thing about it was all the characters were connected. I felt the emotions. I felt everyone's reactions. Carly giving a eulogy don't make no sense, but okay. Robin should have been there, but okay. But it was a really good episode. I thought it was really, really good. Honestly, I had no complaints about it. I just, to me, when I was watching, I was like, wow, so the writers of GH can actually write well. They can, if they, if you have to, because this is not like Epiphany just dying just on the show. This is actually Sonya Eddie's real life death. So they had to get that right. So I was actually pretty impressed with that. I was impressed with that. But you can write good. Wow, you can write a good episode when you want to, huh? When you want to. But like I said, I mean, honestly, until they get that bloated casting together, I don't know when we'll be in a different place with General Hospital. All right, Lisa says they try. Our brightest episode. Look how long it took Rich to tell the game. He said nothing. I guess he will tell them next Friday. In terms of B&B, Lisa, I agree with you. Rich was taking forever. All right, guys, I have something important to tell you. But wait, it's like he took 30 minutes to get that out. I'm like, come on. You took 30 minutes to get that out. All right. G Joseph says, LOL about Carly. Yeah, I don't get why she gave the eulogy. G Joseph 247. I don't understand. Oh, I see the Haitian flag. I just noticed the Haitian flag got on your icon. Okay, I see you. Fellow Zoe in the chat. All right. G Joseph 247 says, I don't understand why the U.S. soaps don't take notes from what Emmerdale and EastEnders does in Coronation Street. All right, G Joseph, I like that comment. Only thing is you didn't mention Hollyoaks. I noticed you mentioned Hollyoaks. Well, Hollyoaks, out of all the British soaps, is like their passions of one life to live. So it's completely different from the rest of them. But I agree with you. And I will say this, and I brought this up in my past reviews, is that the differences I noticed with British soaps and American soaps, and British soaps, everybody's middle class. There is no villain, no rich person. Like, it feels like real everyday people on I got any Hollyoaks. Why not? I gotta know why you don't watch Hollyoaks. All right. But the British soaps actually it has more of a build up. The characters are every day. I feel like it's a lot more balanced and cohesive on the British soaps. But I feel like what the British soaps have their elements is how a lot of these American soaps start off on. Okay. Lisa says, I can't wait for Nicholas to come back to GH. All right, which Nicholas? Which one, Lisa? The one played by that Adam guy, one played by Marcus Coloma, or Tyler Christopher's Nicholas? Because I feel like everyone wants Nicholas to come back, but it's like, which Nicholas do they want to come back exactly? I actually like Marcus Columbus Nicholas. I really did. I liked him a lot. Kawan says, because America went to the Reagan era where everybody was getting rich. Nobody had a certain libertarian view about it. Oh, that's a good perspective there, Kaiwan. Okay. My God, this is also the first time I actually understood something that you wrote in the chat. Well, okay, I see you though. All right. Albert's in the chat. Albert, what's going on? CEO Boston Enterprise in the chat, aka Lee Shin. He's in the chat here, guys. All right. And Josh says here, I've been watching this episode of Shoreline Street, and it's pretty good, not gonna lie. Didn't they cancel it? Did it get canceled? Or I think that's New Zealand's only soap, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of those, right? All right. Nikisha says Tyler Christopher is the only Nicholas that counts. Tyler Christopher's Nicholas would not have slept with Esme. And that's the thing, when they put in a new actor or actress to play the role when it's a recast, it's like they're a completely different person. Literally. They do things that we know we would not see the other person, the other role play. Like this Nina, if it was played by Michelle Stafford, she would not be with Sonny. I don't even know there's even a chemistry there, to be quite frankly honest with you. Simon Stewart says, I want Tyler back. If he doesn't, then Adam Huston. Okay, yeah. I'm not crazy about Nicholas anymore, guys. I feel like I've had enough Nicholas to last me for the next few years. I feel like I'm good on the Nicholas fix. I don't mind exploring the rest of the cast lines, but I'm kind of good on Nicholas right now. I'm good off of him right now. I'm good off of him at the moment. All right. G Joseph 247 says, I don't have the time to watch Hollyoaks. I really watch EastEnders of Coronation Street. Okay, so I have not seen Coronation Street because I try not to add too much soap to my lineup. I'm super behind on EastEnders. I'm super behind on Hollyoaks. The last time I saw EastEnders was they gave a toast to the Queen after she died, and Ben was in the hospital, and God, I forgot their names. The Indian family on there. I forgot the name. Indian family. They just found out the mom knew that Ben was in the alley choking. She left him to die. But low-key, I understand why she did that. He brought a lot of sorrow into her life. What I noticed. All right. Lisa says, I think Tyler's coming back. There wasn't nothing wrong with Marcus. He shouldn't have been let go. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I like the way Marcus played Nicholas. I really did. All right. G Joseph 247 says, because I've noticed how the anniversary weeks for the UK soaps are insane, but the anniversary weeks in the States are hit or miss. Yeah. I like my I be liking my international soaps. They be knowing how to carry the story. They remember the assignment. I can appreciate that. All right. Joshua Cook says at DC Soap Sanctuary, the show is still over. The show's still on over New Zealand. Okay, I figured that. Nikisha says facts. Christopher would never. Yeah, he would never. They wouldn't write that for his Nicholas. They wouldn't write that for his Nicholas. But what they should have done, if they could have done it, was instead of being Adam Huss in the hospital, if that was Tyler Christopher, that would have been something, right? And they just could have left it there. He could have had that one scene. And what they could have done from that one scene was to see how the viewers would feel about him coming back if he was the one in that bed with, when Mason was calling his boss. That would have been good. And then they could have seen from there if they wanted to bring him back full time. But missed opportunity. All right, Kaiwan says, I think that writing Esme like a Harley, so she's any Rain and Spencer to be like AJ. I'm Team Esme right now. I know she's a terrible person, but the way Spencer be talking to her, it just be driving me nuts. Like it just drives me crazy. But when she told Spencer, I'm not gonna prove myself to you or anybody anymore, I was like, you better. Because half this town has done way worse than you. You better not prove yourself to nobody. That's what I'm talking about. Don't let these cast lines try to punk you out. Don't let these cast lines keep punking you around. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Eyes Hello says hello. Hey, Eyes Hello. I saw you on Albert's feed the other day. Kawan says I really don't watch like the guy. I watch reviews of it, like the show that much, but you haven't done. All right. Eyes only says which soaps do you watch? All right. So I watch General Hospital, Bold and Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, Young and the Restless. I don't know if I said General Hospital and the Restless already, but I watch those. And then I also watch international soaps, EastEnders, Hollyoaks, and then the South African soaps, Scheme Song, Muvongo, and Generations of Legacy. That's a lot to keep up with, and I haven't had the time for it. Now, South African soaps are always my first priority because I have to watch my YouTube quick before they pull them, and that's the only I can do it because the networks used to put them on their YouTube channel for free, and they stopped doing that. So now people just post them real quick for like 2 seconds, and then they're gone away. All right. Angel Blue says Eddie Nicholas, just a Nicholas. Okay, so Angel Blue, do you want them to continue the storyline with Nicholas? Is that what that is? All right. G Joseph says EastEnders is fire right now. They did a flash forward episode for Christmas where someone is killed and you don't know who it is and who killed that guy. I gotta catch up with my EastEnders. I might watch EastEnders right after this. Give me some bold chips. Watch me some EastEnders. All right. Andrew Blue says Michelle Staffordino would have been great. Would have been with Jax until Ingo got fired. Okay, true. She would have been. Meek says, I want GH to bring on an amazing love interest for Jordan. Curtis, please go back to Portia, whatever. I feel like, honestly, Jordan should have been with Taggart. But because Will Andrews is not really in the show full time, that just wasn't going to work. Lisa says, so if Tyler comes back, maybe they will write that Ace is not Nicholas's son. It could be Spencer's random guy. I believe Ace is Spencer's son. Definitely that's Spencer's son, for sure. That's definitely Spencer's son. Oh, yeah. Definitely for sure Spencer's son. There's no part of me that can believe anything else. That's Spencer's son. I will proclaim that, declare it, decree it. That is Spencer's son right there. That's what I definitely believe. All right, guys. I wanted to also then talk about Days. What did you guys think about Days of Our Lives this week? I felt like Days actually developed really well their storylines. I think it is Talia, Jada's sister, who was a doctor. Her saving Pauline Price's life. You see, it was just good storyline on Days. They just knows how to write so well. I guess I'm trying to think what else happened on Days this week. There was a lot that happened, but then also a lot didn't happen on Days this week. But it was good. It was good. It wasn't bad, but it was good. Trip going for Wendy Shin. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Nothing is too intense right now besides, I think, the whole Megan storyline. But I do like how Days can write for dialogue, everyday scenes, and then give us that good buildup. But I do want this whole vendetta that Sloan has with Chanel to kind of move along a little bit. Like, what's the backstory? Is your mother still alive or something? Like, there's got to be something there to move this storyline or her beef with Chanel into the next segment, All right. Eyes only says, well, Nicholas is still alive, so there's hope. Yes, there's still hope. My thoughts are they won't reveal who Ace's true father is, being that it's Spencer, until Nicholas comes back. That's what I believe. Let's see here. Come on says, do Days have the old episodes on Peacock, episodes in the 80s and 90s? I don't know if they should call one, but they should try to put that out there. All right, Daisy Flower 40 says Ace isn't Spencer's because Spencer didn't sleep with Esme after the pregnancy scare. Yeah, that's true, Daisy Flower, but this is a soap. You don't gotta rewrite history. Because listen, if it's a close enough of a timeline, they can confuse the viewers when that time comes. And you know what? I'm willing to accept that confusion. I'm willing to accept it for the sake of the storyline. Because it's not too far off. It's not like Spencer was gone for 5 years at the time. It's maybe like a couple of months differences on that. All right, Candace Mack, the one and only Candace Mack is in the chat. She says, why not had a good anniversary week? GH startup anniversary week, pretty strong. Days is good. And Bo, it was good too, by the way. Okay, I agree. I agree, Candace. I definitely agree. I definitely agree that Days, not Days, Bold was pretty good. When Sheila fell off, I love it when someone falls off a cliff or falls out of a car or something. So I love those scenes. Those scenes really, really, really do it for me. Those scenes really do it for me. By the way, Candace, I was listening to Forever and a Day. I'm official on season 3 now, and I'm absolutely I'm loving it. I'm in the scene where Christopher he's at the hotel. Leslie puts him up at this hotel, her cousin Christopher, and his ex-love of his life, Isabella, comes back. So that's where I'm at right now. Which, by the way, is Christopher not Isaac's son? Is he Gregory's son? Right? Is that how is he related? Or is that supposed to be revealed later on or something? So you gotta tell me about that, Candace Mack. So how is Christopher? I'm guessing he's Gregory's son, right? But then I'm also wondering how come Gregory wasn't on when that was facilitated or okay. All right. You'll explain to me. You'll tell me. You'll let me know. All right. Lisa says Xander is a good guy by not publishing Leo's gossip on Chloe. Xander and Chloe could be a good couple. They could be. I mean, honestly, I honestly wanted Brady to see that because I really hate Kristen being demonized. Yeah, I mean, it's just something I just notice all the time. Not even so, but in real life. When a man is not with a woman no more, it's almost like unless he has a child primarily as custody, it's like he doesn't know those kids no more. He doesn't know them kids no more because he ain't with you no more. Some of y'all don't notice that in real life. I've seen those things in real life. That's just me. Is that just me? I really wondered that. All right. Angel Blue says, I love Tyler. I like Marcus. I like having a Nicholas on GH. Okay. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm okay with there not being a Nicholas right now. I'm okay. I've had enough of a Nicholas fix for a while. I've kind of been good off. All right. Candace says, yes, Christopher is Gregory's son. By the way, I noticed we got a recast JJ this season. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen between him and Antoine. And Danielle, you know what? Danielle she had a lot of layers. When she first came in season 1, Danielle on Forever and a Day, I was like, oh, I'm so over her. I see where this is going, but she's been giving us some layers here. She's giving us some layers. So, my hope is now that, because I'm in an episode where Leslie and Alex decided to become friends, have a mutual breakup, which I'm proud of Alex. He deserves better instead of winning on Leslie. Like I said, I really came to love Leslie season 1, but I'm starting to realize she's just demanding, She's really demanding, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to realize some things about her. She was giving Vicky Lord season 1, but now she's giving Emily Stewart from Oakdale come season 2 and season 3. So, my hope is maybe that Danielle Frazier could get with Alex Bennett. That's my hope on that, and she could marry into the family. Who knows? I mean, and kind of like when Lucy married Alan on GH. It's kind of give me those kind of vibes in a sense. All right. Kaiwan says, yeah, I've been thinking about writing a script for General Hospital and seeing if I can send it to somebody in LA. Hey, you never know. Carvelotti was a lawyer before he became a soap writer. So it's possible. All right, Films 55555 says, I like Sloane's chemistry with Eric, Johnny, and Chanel. Johnny and Chanel need to get back together ASAP. Their chemistry is fire. Right. Sloane kind of reminds me of Steffi from Bold and Beautiful. Is that just me? Anybody else see that? All right, Lisa says Esme was a liar at that time. The blood work was done. She's smart enough to fake the test. This Esme wouldn't remember. You're right. Because honestly, it would have been more beneficial for her to have Nicholas as a father than Spencer probably. All right, Angel Blue says, how can Spencer be the father when he said that wasn't his baby? He didn't touch her. Yeah, but wasn't Esme somewhat involved with each other at the time or something in some regard or some aspects? All right. It says Danielle's a good character. She is. Danielle's a good character. She is. She's definitely a good character. What I didn't understand, though, in season 2, how everyone was blaming her for the taboo reveal of Caitlyn and Lakin when she clearly told everybody, like, yeah, I was given the story, but I chose not to run with it. So I'm like, what is everybody in town's problem? What is everybody's problem? Like, she just told y'all she had nothing to do with it, but she was an easy scapegoat at the time. She was a very easy scapegoat. Lenore and Sky remind me of Paulina, not from Paulina from Days, Paulina from Another World, and that guy who pretended to be her son. Which I'm not saying I think Sky's pretending to be your daughter. She raised Sky from birth, but it kind of reminds me of that dynamic when Paulina, I forgot the guy's name, was pretending to be her son in Another World. And everyone felt that he was kind of sketchy, but Paulina didn't want to see it at the time. So, All right. Eyes Only says it was pointed out that in Albert's chat that Austin Gatton-Hart was the last person to see Nicholas before he was sent off somewhere. Okay, so maybe him and his cousin are in cahoots. Is that possible? That he knows that Nicholas is already alive? All right, Daisy Flower says, I feel no pity for Kristen. She's getting her karma. Tyler can't come back through his problems. I like Adam Huss. Okay, all right, fair enough. Kenneth Mack says she's so demanding. I swear, yeah, Leslie is so demanding. When she led Alex on for all of that on season 2, and said, you know what? I just don't think this is for me. And I was like, sis, really? But you know what? That was her karma for leaving Colin. That was her karma. That's what she gets. All right. All right. Lisa says, are they not planning to write Victor off from Days, or will they recast him? I was waiting for a true storyline. Yeah, we still haven't gotten to that yet, honestly. But the thing is, Lisa, they definitely should not recast Victor. No. I think once the actor dies in real life, that's it. Like, the character's done. They're done at that point. Because the recast him, it's problematic on so many levels. If they do that. Mwamba85 DT says, have you seen my comments? Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm scrolling back. My bad. I'm scrolling back. Let's see here. Okay, you said here, I think Bo will come back to Salem as a crime boss, and we're going to see a love triangle between Hope, Harris, and Bo. You know what the thing is? You know what Bo reminds me of? Robo John. Remember when John came back from the dead in 2008, but he had the microchip in his brain from Stefano, and so he was very robotic, and he was dating Ava Vitale. This is kind of what Bo is kind of reminding me of a little bit. He's kind of reminding me a little bit of that. All right, it's my bad, Mom, but I got you. I'm sorry. I'm going through the comments a little fast. My bad. Let me slow down a little bit, but I got you, though. All right, so let me see here. G Joseph 247 says Spencer refused to touch Esme around the time she got pregnant. I don't know, guys. I think it's Spencer's baby. I don't know. I'm gonna suspend belief. We have to suspend belief on a lot of things and stuff. This is one thing I feel like is not so hard for me to suspend belief on. All right, Daisy Flower says no. Esme wanted them to sleep together, but Spencer kept putting her off. So who's the father? Then Oz Haggerty, perhaps, or Cameron? Maybe Cameron was drugged and didn't know that. Okay, well, no, the GH is not going to go that route. They're not, but All right, Kenneth Mack says Lenore and Sky are a good mother-daughter duo, even if Sky is a baddie. Yeah, they are. They definitely are. They definitely are that. Lenore is definitely giving Sharon Newman vibes. At the coffee house. She definitely is. And you know what? I'm actually glad that Sky got the chance to be released. So it's almost like, as I'm hearing the dialogue Sky's having on Forever and a Day, I'm wondering, okay, is she trying to redeem herself? Or is this fake? Or is she trying to plan her next move to get Caitlyn back? What's going to happen here exactly? But I hope Caitlyn understands that Lakin was telling the truth the whole time. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't being vindictive or jealous or insecure. She was telling the truth the whole time. She was telling the truth. All right, Kaiwan says, oh, yeah, don't we do the whole Twitter file things? And so with what I'm wearing, one of the soaps to do to make them other Twitter files. All right. Shanika says, I just got here. Were you talking about Forever a Day? Are you caught up yet, DC? All right. So I'm on season 3, episode 4. So anything season 4, don't even mention this chat. Y'all know I do not like spoilers. This is a spoiler-free zone. Y'all. Okay. Yes, I was talking about Forever and a Day. I was listening to Forever and a Day, and then Tomorrow's a New Day. That Tomorrow's a New Day was good. That was good too. That was a good one. But I think what I loved about season 2, Forever and a Day, was the dream sequence when look, half the chat. I wonder if half the chat knows what I'm talking about, guys. Talk about the audio drama by Kenneth Mack, Casey Hutchinson, their soap audio drama. But the dream sequence with Leslie and Colin when they're in the elevator, and when I thought they were making love, I was like, oh God, like now she's gonna mess up Colin's life too, But then when it was just like a fantasy, and she came to herself, I was like, oh thank God, like they got you already messed this man up before. Leave him alone. I was like, all right. Yep. Kenneth's right. Just got to season 3. All right. So Kaiwan says, how are they gonna get Victor's money? Who are they gonna leave the company to? So if you're talking about days, I'm pretty sure that it's um Maggie now who owns it. So it's Maggie now who owns it on days. It's Maggie, which I thought that was a good switch for them to do, make Maggie the CEO. You know, this is who Nikki should be on Y&R, but you know, she's too busy being Victor's shadow. That's her full-time job. That's why I said Nikki's full-time job in Y&R is being Victor's shadow. That's her full-time job. All right. Eyes only says, I want them to write Victor off on General Hospital. Yeah, it's not doing it for me with Victor and this whole cast sign thing and Anna and Valentine. I don't know if it's the writing, but I'm just not invested. I haven't seen. I mean, Epiphany's storyline was a one storyline in a long time on GH where I was like, wow, like I actually kind of feel something here, you know? All right. Lisa says the real reason why Spencer said he wasn't the father because of pregnancy test. Esme could have faked the pregnancy test. Who knows what her plan was with Ryan? That is true. I'm not gonna lie, like the dialogue between Esme and Ryan was very weird. You know, it was. All right, I'm just gonna leave that there. It was just weird at times. I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave that where. Okay, Shanika says, "Oh, he's in for a wild ride." I gotta feel like I am. I gotta feel like I am. I gotta feel like I am. The shootout in season 2 was good. I honestly thought that Leslie and Alex would get back together as a result, but nope, she couldn't do it. That's why I feel like Leslie is a selfish character. She's very selfish. Like that I just didn't realize how selfish she is. You know, there was one thing when she had an issue with Stephanie and Isaac together and all this other stuff. But I'm just starting to realize she's just a selfish character. That's all it is. She's a very selfish character. You know. All right. Daisy Flower says Nicholas is the father. Mwamba, I'm gonna say Mwamba. Mwamba 85 DT said, "Do you think Willow will give Nina a chance to be her mother?" I hope so. Because my biggest issue when I watched, it was Friday or Thursday's episode when Carly said to Nina, "Yeah, like I think Willow needs her rest. So Willow, I'll be here to help you." And I'm like, "Sis, this is her daughter." Like Carly would not allow that herself. So for her to feel like she can do that to Nina. And this is the thing with Willow, she keeps allowing that. Willow, keep in mind, this one brought you into this world. It's kind of like on a guiding light when Olivia found out that Ava was her daughter on Guiding Light, and her and Ava had an argument, and Ava said something to her like, "I'm out of here," and then Olivia's like, "No, you're not," and then Olivia just out of nowhere goes, "I brought you into this world, and I'll take you out." And then Ava turns out like, "What the hell? How did you bring me into this world?" Because at the time, Ava didn't know that Olivia was her mother. All right. G Joseph 247 says, "I remember when Ava was pregnant with Avery back in the day, and I really wanted Morgan to be a father." Here's the thing: I believe that if they bring Morgan back, they will reverse history on that, and I'll be okay with it. I'll be okay with it. All right. So Daisy Flower says Nicholas is the father, similar to Sunny and Ava. I think Morgan is. I think if Morgan comes back, they will make him the father. I'll just say that. I'll say that. All right. Albert Boss says Spencer is a father, and when I'm right, I'm gonna be paid. But remember, Albert, there was a time your channel were like, "Oh, it's pretty obvious that Esme is the hook." All right, I think we've established that. And honestly, that time I thought you were right, but you were not. So if they bring Nicholas back, I believe that Spencer will be the father. All right, Kaiwan says, "What season are you on in Santa Barbara, DC?" I'm on episode 2 or 3 of Santa Barbara. So right now I'm watching. I finally got to As World Turns. I just finished all of 1985. Well, the episodes are available for 1985, and I'm on 1986, where Iva Snyder's in the hospital, and I think in Santa Barbara I'm on episode 2. Sunset Beach I'm on episode 2021. And then Love of Life I'm on episode. I think it's on their second or third year with Love of Life. Jacarius Nailers in the chat. He says, "Hey DC, why do I get no notifications?" Ooh, I am behind in this chat, guys. I gotta catch up. I am behind. I am behind in this chat. All right. Mwamba 85 DT says, "Do you think we will ever see the Oval and the Ruthless cross over again?" I think so. I definitely think so. I love Ruthless, but Ruthless and the Oval are so dark shows. I can only do one episode per week. It's because it's too intense. I think I was binge watching one time the Oval, and then I had dreams that a government conspiracy was after me. I was like, "Yep." So we're cutting back. We're cutting back. All right. Jakari says I just upload 2 videos. All right, Jakari, we see you. Any of you guys are on here, you guys are not subscribed to Jakari's channel, please check out his channel. It's really good. Check him out. All right, Lisa says Tucker should sell Adam, or maybe Devon have Adam work as CEO, but he doesn't know. Victor has a hand in his company. You know, the business squabbles and Y&R, to me, they just become so mundane at this point. It's made me want to tune out. All right, Candace says, real quick, DC, your thoughts on Dominique Bradford. I love Dominique Bradford. I actually loved it. I loved when she came up with the gunshot. I loved it. And my thing is, I think right now she's in jail. I had this wild theory that I feel like she must be working somewhere with Gunnar Harper. I don't even know how those two worlds will connect, but I just get this strange feeling like, okay, because I'm at the point where Gunnar has served Elaine the divorce papers, but I just feel like there's something coming in with that. There's something down the line with that, because we haven't heard from Gunnar yet. So I'm like, okay, we haven't heard from Gunnar yet, so something is going on here. Something's going on with the Alan Spalding of Forever and a Day. Something's going on here. Something is going on here. All right, Jakaria says, hey, everyone in the chat. All right, guys, I'm going to zoom through here, guys. I'm super behind. I'm going to zoom through here a little bit. Bear with me, guys. All right. Mohammed says, I hope you see Ben and Alex meet each other. I hope so, too. Like Kristen and Susan Banks. I hope so, too. I feel like now Robert Scott Wilson is they're finally doing like the modern day version of Susan and Kristen now. So I like that. I like that. All right. Jakari says, stay tuned and watch my short review on GH later on tonight. Our short review is so much more easier to do. I love doing short reviews. They're so much more easier to do, just quick in and out. All right, let's see here. Colin says, hey, something written in the woman that plays Carly contract nobody that probably nobody has a second. Can I have? No one ever says, listen, Carly, gotta listen to us anyway. Gotcha. Okay, Daisy Flower 40 says Nina has never done not one nice thing for Willow. Well, Nina needs a chance to do it. She wasn't a call for 20 years, guys. Have some more passion for the woman, you know? Well, you're in a call for 20 years. It'll make you a little bit better and a little bit irrational. All right, Lisa says, I like Victor at GH. Hope they keep him, but now that he killed Eileen, he can't stay at the Metro Court, right? All right, Jakari says, I haven't forgotten how Nina treated Willow when she was a teacher. Honestly, I would have preferred, because when it was obvious that Nina was going to be her mother, it reminded me of Vicky and Megan on One Life to Live, but I don't think they're going that route. I guess they're going more the Catherine and Jill route with this one. All right, G. Justice says, I don't understand how Carly has no empathy for Nina in the fact that Willow was literally kidnapped out of her womb. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, Carly would never have empathy for Nina because Nina slept with her husband. So, in Carly's eyes, it's on sight every time I see you, you know? When we as people have such an intense feeling towards someone, whether good or bad, it is very hard for us to even want to empathize with that person or feel anything to that person in any type of regard. It's like anything they do, you're gonna look at them like, oh, you know, like it's a problem for you. So because Nina slept with her husband, it's gonna be an issue for her. But at the end of the day, Nina did call Carly, so she chose to, you know, vibe on the phone. She did call Carly, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, all right. Andrew Blue says the father of Ace is probably a guy at the gas station, buying some Marlboros, perhaps. All right. I think I'm gonna give Esme an evil twin. Trust me on this. Me an evil twin. Okay, you're saying me or Esme? Was that a typo? All right, Nikisha says, I believe that Morgan is Avery's dad. Carly and Sonny faked the DNA test. I believe it's definitely Morgan as well. I definitely believe it's Morgan as well, Nikisha. I agree with you. All right, Kawan says, I'm on episode 34 of San Jacinto 3 of Santa Barbara. Angel says, Nikki and Victor are still together. I barely watch Y&R. Yeah, she's still Victor's shadow. She hasn't left her job yet as Victor's shadow. Daisy Flower 40 says, Willow will see Nina for who she is. Nina loves the idea of having a daughter. She doesn't love Willow. That is true. She really does not F with Willow. She does not F with Willow. She does not F with her at all. It's only because Willow is her daughter. And Willow can sense the BS from a mile. She can sense the fakery, inauthenticity from Nina. All right, Mwamba85DT says, I like how Lee told Finn and Steph to let Sheila just die. Yeah, when they did that whole with the flat line, I wasn't mad at it. I get it. I kind of get it. Why keep her alive because even when Nina was just like, oh, I did these things because I was scared. But Nina, you keep doing things that you're scared of. It doesn't end. It doesn't really end. So when does it end with you, you know? All right. Angel Blue says, Ryan gave me vibes that he was Esme's zaddy, not dad. Yes, that's how I felt too. Even when she called him daddy at Springridge, it felt weird. It felt like sugar daddy, not like my actual daddy. That's how it felt for me too. It felt weird. I thought it was the only one that felt those kind of vibes. So when she first approached Ryan and she called him daddy, I knew that that was like her way of saying that he's my dad. But the way she said it was almost like, are you my daddy or my daddy? Like, so at that point, I was like kind of confused. Like, are they going the sugar mama route or sugar daddy route with this? I wasn't sure at that time, honestly. All right, Daisy Flower says Nina did the Corinthos family dirty. She called Carly, but it didn't work out. Nina could have called Dante, Christina, or Michael. She saw Michael. That's true, but she was mad about what Carly did, about with Nell. So, but all right, I'm not gonna defend Nina no more. I think it's a moot point at this point. But but she did call Carly. That's what I'm gonna stand by that. She did call her. She gave us a call. She probably didn't have everybody else's numbers, but she had Carly's number. She gave us a call. All right. Kawan says Nina has the mind of a 28-year-old because she was in a coma she doesn't have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, Nina could be technically in her 40s or 50s, but she's still that 20-year-old that's in that coma. All right. Kawan says I can't really feel. Oh, sorry. Jakari says I can't really feel sorry for Nina. I feel sorry for her. I really do, and also because just the way that she's coming for Carly. She's coming for Carly's neck, and I love it. I love it. And you know, this is the first time in a soap that I'm like, yeah, she took your man. I don't condone that. I don't condone it at all, but Nina took Carly's man. And you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna leave it there. You know, I'm gonna leave it there. But see, this is the thing. Carly is not learning. You're trying to keep Carly away from Nick Willow. You already kept away from her first daughter. You saw how that turned out. She took your man. She took your job. She took your company. She took it all. So if I was you, Caroline, I would slow down a little bit. All right, I would slow down. All right. Mwamba85 DT says I was watching the old As World Turns episode from 1989 when they were doing the James Stenbeck murder. Oh my God, Mwamba, I'm on As World Turns 1986 now as I'm watching it. Man, James Stenbeck was a good man. Let me tell you something, guys. James Stenbeck walked, okay, so Peter August could run. Because his dynamic with Barbara definitely reminded me of Peter August and Maxie. That's what it reminded me of. All right. Albert says, love your energy, DC. Thank you so much. I'm going as fast as I can. I'm going to end this, guys, at 7:30. So right now I'm going to pull an Albert/Will Horton because my battery is at 17% and it's all the way in the car. But I have to go get that after this. Jakar says, anyone tired of Phyllis and Y&R? I am. I would have loved a good murder mystery. If Michelle Stafford decides to leave, let us have a murder mystery, please. I'd appreciate it. Please and thank you. All right. Mwamba85DT says, so Willow and Nell and Britt were Willow and Nell were Britt and Nathan's cousins. Yes. Yeah, it's got to let that sink in. Even though Nell had flirted with Nathan at one point in time, but we're going to let that go. She didn't know at the time. All right. Eyes Only says, I still want Nina's daughter to be Sasha. Last time I checked, she had the necklace again. Yeah, I would have preferred that she actually did turn out to be Nina's daughter because I love their chemistry. All right. Kawan says, Willow is going to be the future Vicky in real life. Does she have the makings to be like Vicky from Wanting to Live? I don't know if Willow's a strong enough character for me. I don't know if she's strong enough for me as a character. All right. CW says, hey, DC, I forgot to send my notification. It's all right. So if you guys saw my GH review, I did say I was going live, and I tried to post it again because I know I'm not normally live. So it's all right, guys. It's no worries at all. I know a lot of people didn't know I was going to go live today. It's no worries at all. Nikisha says, does anyone here watch Yellow Jackets? I need to share that trauma with someone. What is Yellow Jackets? What is that, Nikisha? What is that? All right. Jakari says, remember Helena's daughter, Irina? Yes, I do, Jakarius. She shot her with a quickness. Helena shot her daughter with a quickness. All right. Shanika Freeman says, I was hoping Carla would have empathy with Nina, given her own history with Bobby and what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Carly can't go over the fact that Nina took her man. That's the biggest thing. Nina took her man. That's why she can't get over it. She took her man. That's what she can't get over. All right, so Daisy Flower says Nina stole Avery. Okay, true, she did. But see, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people have done worse than Esme. I'm giving Esme grace, guys. Until further notice, I'm giving Esme grace. I'm giving her grace. Until further notice, I'm giving the girl grace. Kyrese Clark. Hey, Kyrese, what's going on? Kyrese. He says to everyone, and I love when Diane slapped and choked Phyllis, even though it was obvious that Phyllis purposely lost that fight. Yeah, nobody in Genoa City is even buying the fact that Phyllis is planned because you married Jeremy Stark right before. And I guess that was so he can keep an eye on her condition. or, you know, be able to communicate with her. But like, it's so obvious what they were doing. Like, Phyllis didn't think this through. Her plan with Jeremy is so obvious to everybody and their mama, you know, way too obvious. All right, Kaiwan says, I think they're gonna race on. Let's see here. Okay, so I see what you're saying, Kaiwan. You're saying they're gonna go in a route with Esme's storyline where they might have she had some sexual trauma or something in the past, or something like that, right? Kind of like a DID thing. Well, not DID, but something along those lines. All right. Muhammad 8 by DT says, how did Ryan and Heather sleep together? That's what I'm trying to figure out too. That's what I'm trying to figure out. All right. John Limshaw said the directors told him that to give that daddy energy. Oh, okay. Well, so like to kind of confuse us because, you know, that was gonna be her daddy or daddy. You know what I'm saying? Oh gosh, nothing wrong with somebody having a sugar daddy if it works for them. Older people are more mature. Daisy Flower says she saw Michael when she visited Wiley. Shinka Freeman says, yes, she is petty with a capital P. I love to hate her. Laura B says, hey, DC. Hey, Laura, what's going on? No, you're not late at all. Well, I'm in the 10 minutes, but you're still on time. You're still on time. It's all right. All right, here. Daisy Flower says, Nina took Carly's man, but she can't take Sonny's lifestyle. All right, fair enough, Daisy Flower. Fair enough, though. Fair enough. Nina's a Brenda. The women that Sonny truly wants are the women who never can handle his life. Kate, Connie, Brenda, Alexis. Those are always the woman that Sonny really wants. While Carly's out there playing the dutiful wife. And that didn't work out too well for her. All right, Daisy Flower says Nina is more in love with Carly than she is with Nina is like a little bit of a people pleaser at times. She tries to overcompensate a lot of time. I feel there's a lot of like a lack of self-confidence from Nina. And I guess it's just because of her history and everything. And I think Nina's in a place where I feel like she's still trying to figure out who she is. And I saw that also with when Michelle Stafford played Nina, that you see that Nina's still in that struggle trying to figure out who she is, right? We see that. And Cynthia Watros is playing that well. All right. Jakari says, but I'm about to go. Good night, DC and everyone. All right. Good night, Jakari. Like I said, guys, definitely check out his review. So I believe that Jakari's supposed to sometime later on tonight. Let's see here. All right. Daisy Flower says, Nina's plan will blow up in her face. That's her face. Nina's plan will blow up in her face, and she will lose everything. But Nina doesn't have a plan right now. She's just playing it cool as a cucumber, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Mwamba 85 DT says the only other woman that Carly has hated besides Nina has been Brenda because Sonny would have no problems with her, and Brenda again. Yeah, exactly. Brenda's a drill love of Sonny's life. All right, G. Joseph said they're trying to turn Michael and Will into Tad and Dixie. G. Joseph, come on. That's not right. That's an insult to Tad and Dixie, okay? I'm kidding. But you know what? Now that I think about it, that's a good couple comparison, actually. But the thing is, Tad and Dixie had depth. Michael has depth as a character. I'm interested in Michael. I'm just not interested in Willow, though. That's just the thing. I'm not interested in Willow. All right. Nikisha says Yellow Jacket is a show about a girls' high school soccer team that gets stuck in the woods when they're playing crashes. They're stuck for 19 months and they report to cannibalism. Okay. All right. Cannibalism. So they actually show scenes of them like eating each other. I mean, I know it's like not real scene. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Let's see. It's set in the 1990s. Okay. So Eyes Only says, what if Nicholas comes back and there's a love triangle between Ava, Nick, and Austin? Guys, like I said before, I've had enough Nicholas. I've had enough of Nicholas right now. I need a break. From all three Nicholases. I need a break. I need a break from all three Nicholases. All right. This Flower says I need Jocelyn to beat the crap out of Esme. Esme needs some grace. I'm still giving Esme grace. Kyrie says Carly was secretly happy Nina took Sonny because Carly only wants Jason. She was over Sonny the moment he came back. Yes. If Jason was still alive, she would be over it. But Jason was gone, so it's like, well, you know, there's Sonny. And Drew is like the great value version of Jason for her. So that's true. I wish Steve Burton would have stayed on the show because I would have wanted to see that play out so badly. Oh, man. All right. Mwamba 85 DT said, do you think Hayden will ever come back? Because I miss Rebecca Budding. I hope so. Honestly, they should have brought Hayden back within these past 6 months or so. Could have been perfect. Then Jeff Weber was coming back. So many opportunities. And Rebecca Budding is the GOAT. So, but they chose not to bring her back for whatever reason. All right. CW says, at this point, I really don't care about Lucy. She is literally putting her own life and everyone else is involved in danger for annual event. You only got one life. There will be others. Exactly. That's just so stupid with Lucy. When she came with the sunglasses, like, you got to do this. And no, the performers have to have this. And I'm like, sis, you're on the run from an international terrorist. Like, all this to plan a nurse's ball? Okay. Priorities, priorities. Priorities. All right, guys, let me run through this chat because I got 5 minutes left on here. They ruined Nicholas, in my opinion. He acted so out of character in the past. They did. That's why, Larby, I don't want to see Nicholas anymore. I'm kind of over it at this point. Okay, Nikisha says, yes, they show it. Tastefully done, though. But it's like Lost meets the Lord of the Flies. Gonna get drama. Okay, all right. I was a huge fan of Lost. That was back when mystery shows were done well. That was back when they were done well. All right. G. Joseph says, Lucy is really risking her life for the nurse's ball. Yeah, like, I don't get it. I can't take Lucy seriously as a character, guys. I can't take Lucy seriously. I can't. I can't take her character seriously. In no shape, form. I can't take her seriously. Lucy, to me, is like a whole clown. I can't take her seriously. Scott Ball is another one. I can't take him seriously either. I took him seriously on Port Charles, but I can't take him seriously on this for whatever reason. I just can't. All right. Brooklyn Reina says, Jason had more chemistry with my girl Britt. He had chemistry with Carly too. He did have chemistry with Carly. Come on. He had some chemistry with Carly now. He did. He had some chemistry with Carly. He did. But him and Britt, I feel like him and Britt could have been the next super couple that we could have had next to Sabrina. But, things happen. All right. CW says, oh, so this is your response to RB. She was more interested with Chase. At this point, Chase has more sexual attention with Michael. You see those? Listen, I agree with that. I agree with that. Laura B says, I hate what they did to Lucy on GH. She was never portrayed this stupid. Yeah. I feel like with Roger Howard, even, they're getting his character to be serious again. And I think even when he came back, like Roger Howard, there was always played comical role when he came back as Todd on One Night to Live in 2010, 2011. And then, when he was playing Franco on GH. And I think that started from when he played Paul Ryan as Will Turns. His character was like all over the place. And they brought that same energy over. Because when he first originally played Todd on One Night to Live, his character was very serious. So, that's what they just decided to do. Shanika says, I wouldn't mind if I had Carly and Jason. I would have loved to see it. G. Joseph says, I'll forever miss Jason and Sam together, even though they fell off before Jason left the show. Yeah, Sam and Dante is the filler for Sam. He's just a fill-in at the moment. Just like how Sunny was always a fill-in for Carly. Even when she admitted to Jason, you were always the man that I always really loved. Like, we didn't know that for the past how many years we watched the show. And I finally thought the writers would have actually put them together. But we didn't get that, guys, unfortunately. We didn't get that at all. Daisy Flower 40 says, I'm not feeling Spencer and Trina as a super couple. They're sweet, but I'm not feeling intense chemistry. Yeah, Trina better run. Because that's Spencer's child, and she's going to be raising Esme's son, all right? That's what's going to happen to that. Anyways, guys, I'm pulling an Albert right now because I actually truly am at 6%. I'm going to go, guys. I had a lot of fun on this live. If you guys haven't already, please check out my General Hospital review on Epiphany's Memorial and this week of GH so far. God, what else? And all the other videos on my channel. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. I never say that. Nikisha, I promise you it's not blasphemy. That is Spencer's child. I promise. Don't resist or will persist. That is Spencer's child. I'm telling you, you guys heard it here first. That is Spencer's child. All right, anyways, guys, I gotta go. I'm out, guys. Thank you guys for coming in on the live in the chat. For those of you guys who are members of Albert's channel, I'll be in the chat there acting a fool later tonight. Listen, Nikisha, you can rebuke it, you can pray it away, you can do all those things. It is God's will. That is Spencer's child. Anyways, guys, I'm out, guys. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, if you guys are new to this channel, like and share, subscribe. Well, I don't say like, share, subscribe. Just subscribe if you like the content. And check out some of my other reviews and videos on here, guys. My hope is that you enjoy it. And if you do, hey, subscribe, comment, let me know all that good stuff. All right. I will see you guys on the next video, guys. I am out.